Hello, 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 Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. We are up and ready today, okay? Everything is moving smoothly. Hey, Dolores. Hello there. How are you? Hello, Mr. Soso, Lolita. Hey, Aaron. I see you finally made it on time. I'll be driving for a few minutes. Hey, Aaron. How are you? Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Having a great Tuesday. I hope so. Alrighty. So listen, first announcement is this. Who the person who won yesterday did not actually respond, and we are approaching their last couple of minutes. So at the end of the show today, if they have not, I'm gonna check my messages one more time just to see if they have responded, and if they haven't, we're just gonna spin the wheel again. Okay, please make sure that you take some time to please share. Hey, Robin. Hello there. How are you? Share if you can, and I would definitely appreciate it. Okay, I am up and ready for today's show. How many of you guys have actually heard about this show before? I mean, this topic before. This is one of those this true crime cases that didn't make it high profile enough to catch people attention, but it's just as crazy. Okay, it's very bizarre, very odd. Not really odd per se, because the person that did it, you wouldn't be surprised. Like, you wouldn't be surprised if this type of person have done something like this before. Um, but the graphics of it all is definitely true crime ready. You have not, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, I'm surprised because normally you are on top of all of the stories. Okay, typically you are. Tomorrow's show, Mr. Lawrence, the one that you recommended that you produced, will be out. We will be doing that one tomorrow. Which that one is a crazy situation as well. You have not, Lolita. Alrighty, so we're about to get into the nooks and the crannies of it all. Okay, let's get into the nooks and crannies of everything. Let's see, where are we? Let's see. Alrighty, let's get into this fella here. So this man name is Joseph. Okay. Oh, there we go. This man here name is Joseph Jorgensen. Jorgensen is his name. And he actually killed two of his girlfriends, not one, but two. Okay. And it seems like that over time he got accustomed to doing it. And so he got a little messy at the end, which typically happens. He was close to becoming a serial killer. I must say that. Alrighty. So this happened from with a Maplewood man who was sentenced to decades in prison after a guilty plea. So he literally was just sentenced, you guys. So Joseph Jorgensen has admitted to murdering his two women with whom he had a romantic involvement with, later dismembering their bodies and hiding their remains in local storage units. Both victims had previously been reported missing by their loved ones and had struggled with addiction and other challenges as well. So on January the 2nd of this year, Jorgensen had pleaded guilty to both murders in Ramsey County courtroom. So Jorgensen had then confessed to killing his one of his ex-girlfriends in St. Paul at an apartment in April of 2023. He claimed that he became enraged when she demanded that he leave, leading him to put her in a chokehold until she stopped breathing. He later used a long razor blade to dismember her body before moving the remains to a storage facility in Woodbury. So his second victim name is Fanta. Okay. So he admitted to killing her as well 2 years ago, which was earlier than earlier to the more recent case, after an argument in Shoreview at a townhome that escalated into physical violence. So after dismembering her body, he transported her remains to a storage facility as well in Coon Rapids. So he actually, due to the fact that he went ahead and pled guilty for everything, and gave his and testified against himself and all that good stuff, and admitted everything. Everything went it happened pretty quickly. So what we're about to do now is we're going to read over the probable cause statement to get the nooks and the crannies of the details. So on May the 1st of 2023, officers had received a call regarding a person that was missing from an apartment at 1428 7th Street East in St. Paul. So the caller wanted to report his daughter, who was missing. He reported her missing, and the caller said that his daughter did struggle with some drug addiction, and mental health issues as well. And on April the 18th of 2023, by phone, the victim had seemed to be paranoid and afraid. The caller also believed that his daughter was afraid of her boyfriend. So officers had then spoke to the father who has a child, I mean, had spoke to the suspect who has a child with the victim, who and had also had not heard from her. He says that he has not heard from her as well, which was out of the ordinary for her because she usually checks in with him because of their child. Okay, so the victim usually doesn't go more than 8 hours without calling her boyfriend to check in on their son. So the boyfriend was then very concerned for the victim's safety and told her that she had lost, and she told him that she had lost her wallet containing her credit cards and EBT cards as well. So the victim had went online and saw her EBT card had been used, but never reported it to the police. Okay, so the boyfriend that is in this situation now is the boyfriend that she was with during the time. The man that actually did it was an ex. Okay. So the victim had called her boyfriend from various phone numbers, but she had last called him on April the 21st of 2023. The victim had told him that Joe had once wrapped a rope around her neck, okay, who was Joseph, had once wrapped a rope around her neck and things got out of hand and she ran from the apartment. So the boyfriend was under the impression that the incident that the victim had mentioned happened weeks before they spoke of it. So the investigators had spoke with a neighbor of the victim who reported that she had previously saw the victim with a black eye and red marks on her neck. She asked if she had been assaulted, and the victim says yes. The neighbor had offered to call the police, but the victim had asked her not to, stating that it would just make things worse. So investigators then spoke with an apartment manager and learned that the victim has a boyfriend named Joe who frequents the apartment but was not on the lease at all. Okay. So apparently there is some, when I was going through everything, guys, there's a misconception of who is this other man? Is it a friend? Is it a boyfriend? Some people say friend, some people say boyfriend, but what we know for a fact is that Joseph Jorgenson is a boyfriend of hers for sure. Whether it was ex or current, nobody knows. Okay. Now, when it comes to this guy who she was talking to, is it a friend or someone that she was with current? That's what many people have questioned. So the manager was shown Jorgenson's photo and confirmed that he was the man that she knew as the boyfriend of the victim. So an apartment surveillance camera is located right by the victim's apartment. On May the 24th of 2023, investigators had learned that the apartment manager had located surveillance video of the victim running from her apartment on April the 21st of 2023. Georgie Jensen had ran after the victim, grabbed her, turned her around, and pushed her back into the apartment. The victim was last seen entering the apartment on April the 21st of 2023 at approximately 5:55, between 5:55 and 6 p.m. But there was no video showing the victim enter, exit, either enter or exit the apartment again. Okay. So several videos also show Jorgensen coming and going from the victim's apartment between April the 21st of 2023 and April the 28th of 2023. Management had determined that Jorgensen had accessed the apartment 28 times during this time frame. This guy was very persistent. Entering someone's home 28 times, guys, is insane. That means that he was very persistent in what he wanted to do. Okay. Now, the victim that all of this is surrounding by is this woman here. Okay. Her name actually is Manage. Don't know how she pronounced it. Okay. To call her Manny. This is who he was. This whole thing was about at first. This is the first victim that they are investigating right now. That we're going over. Okay. But to enter her home 28 times shows that he was persistent about whatever his goal was. Whatever his goal was, he was persistent to do it. Okay? Let's get into the rest of the deeds. All right. So Surveillance video had showed Jorgenson using a key to enter the apartment on each occasion that he accessed the apartment. So, surveillance video at 4:55 p.m. on April the 28th of 2023 had showed Jorgenson carrying two duffel bags in a suitcase from the apartment. Jorgenson had loaded the baggage into a pickup truck bearing Minnesota license plates. He got into the passenger seat and drove off inside. So the pickup registers to a man named they put an NH because they did not give that name, who lives at the apartment building at 89 Century Avenue in Maplewood. So investigators also spoke with the family friend, otherwise known as BL, who says that even when the victim was high on narcotics or in crisis, she would not go more than 24 hours without contacting her family or friends. BL also said that he once spoke with Jorgenson on the phone after the victim went missing. Jorgenson had told BL that the victim had left for the store but never returned. Jorgenson did not know where the victim was. BL said that Jorgenson had claimed to be worried that a man named Conciel had hurt the victim, basically trying to throw this off on somebody else. So Jorgenson also says that Conciel was a creep, and then he blurted out he was looking in the woods for her. BL has not talked to Jorgenson since the conversation. So Jorgenson had made no attempts to contact the police to report the victim missing. Nobody besides Jorgenson had entered her apartment after she disappeared. So an officer had entered into the victim's apartment with the property manager. A window screen to a bedroom window was on the floor. A TV in the living room had been cracked in several places. The manager also says that the screen had not previously been cracked. The glass to the microwave was broken and appeared to have been cleaned up. The bed sheets in the bedroom, the victim's bedroom, was partially removed, and had a foam pad on top of the mattress had a large hole that was cut into the mattress and removed. So there was also red stains at the foot of the bed. The manager said that there were items that had been removed from the victim's closet. So officers had then obtained a search warrant and processed the victim's apartment for forensic evidence. The warrant was executed on May the 25th of 2023. Crime scene technicians had then located evidence of large amounts of blood in the apartment's living room, primarily on the couch, the floor of the living room, and the kitchen. It was apparent that someone had attempted to clean up the blood. It is believed that someone was seriously injured or killed in the apartment. Preliminary analysis also shows that it was the victim's blood that was recovered from the scene. It was noted that the victim's apartment was well kept. The victim's family and friends described her as a neat freak. And it was also noted during the search of her apartment, that the bed was missing a fitted sheet, which was out of place compared to the rest of the apartment. So a warrant was obtained to track Jorgenson's cell phone. Another warrant was obtained for Jorgenson's Facebook account. So data from the Facebook had returned to show an apartment at 89 Century Avenue. If you guys remember, this is the apartment that they had mentioned before, okay, in the previous timeline. Okay. Now, so as this apartment was also linked to his account as well. So the vehicle that Jorgenson had got into from the front passenger seat registered to the same address as well. In messages, Jorgenson had told the police that he has a roommate. So on April the 5th of 2023, Jorgenson had sent the victim a message that read, "And you owe me too because you called the cops on me 2 times." Very clear. Very clear. Very clear. I was of that being punishment by hanging. Don't know what that means, y'all. I'm giving you this plea bargain opportunity, so you welcome. Jorgenson had later sent another message reading, "I hope you die of kidney infection. You cunt, you terrible mother." So further investigation also showed that the victim had received resources through the state of Minnesota, including EBT cards. So a warrant was obtained to retrieve the records of the victim's EBT account. Investigations also showed that there were several transactions after the date that she was last reported missing and last seen, which is April the 21st of 2023. On May the 9th of 2023, Jorgenson had used the victim's EBT card to make an ATM transaction that occurred at a speedway. On May the 11th of 2023, Jorgenson had used the EBT card for a transaction at Cub Foods. On May the 9th of 2023, he then used it again at a Dollar Tree. May the 11th, it was used again at a Dollar Tree as well, but a different Dollar Tree. So in some of the videos where he used the EBT cards, Jorgenson had wore the same Minnesota Twins baseball cap that he wore to the victim's apartment. So on May the 9th of 2023, Jorgenson had brought a cleaning bucket, 2 boxes of saran wrap, paper towels, garbage bags, liquid cleaner, latex gloves, disinfectant wipes from the Dollar Tree store. On May the 11th, Jorgenson had bought more paper towels, 4 boxes of saran wrap, cleaning products, and disinfectant wipes from a Dollar Tree as well. So another man identified as ZD also used the victim's EBT card. So on June the 8th of 2023, investigators have reviewed additional messages that was found in Jorgenson's Facebook, which there was a noticed conversation with a female later identified as LEB. So during the conversation, the two had discussed LEB visiting Jorgenson's apartment. Jorgenson had sent the woman a picture of the balcony of his apartment. And the photo was a bike, 2 lawn chairs, and an outdoor rug. So a video that was posted to the woman's public Facebook page on June the 7th of 2023 had showed her scanning the area. The woman had focused on the pink blanket on a lower balcony and commented about the blanket, indicating that she thought that there was a body under it. So, which is strange because what's strange about that, guys, is you don't think to yourself when you look at something like this, okay, it's a body under there. It looks like it's a body under there. You know what I mean? So it makes me feel as though is that whoever this woman is, she knows what type of person this is, and that's why that thought comes into her mind. You know how they say this is out of a person's character, or this person would do something like this, or this person would not do something like this. For that thought to even come to her mind, that there's a picture that is being showed with a pink blanket over something and it looks like a body, says a lot. Okay, so a video that was posted on a public Facebook page on June the 7th showed her scanning the area. The woman had focused on a pink blanket on a lower balcony and commented about the blanket. Okay, when that's what she says, it looks like there's a body under it. And then she says, it smells like death over here. So the woman scanned the area. The same bike, lawn chairs, and outdoor rug appeared that were seen on Jorgenson's photo. So Maplewood officers were sent to the area and located the same pink blanket on 89th Century Avenue, but there was nothing under it. So investigators also obtained a search warrant for information regarding Jorgenson's Gmail and Google account. Google data had revealed that Jorgenson had made the following Google searches. On April the 21st, he wrote juggler, or he searched juggler. On May 1st, he Googled, what do police do with a missing persons report? May 3rd, how to clear cookies from an Android phone. May 27th, how to remove GPS, Lime scooter. June 4th, lime for soil. Okay? Lime can be used to speed up the decomposition process of a body and reduce the smell as well. And that is what investigators believe why he was searching those things. So police had obtained warrants for Jorgenson's apartment at 89th Century. So when officers had executed the search warrant at his apartment, Jorgenson had barricaded himself in the bedroom and started a fire. So once SWAT had made entry, Jorgenson had fought with the officers and had attempted to disarm them. Jorgenson was eventually taken into custody and transported to the hospital for evaluation. So Jorgenson's roommate, otherwise known as NW, was also home with the warrant when the warrant was executed. So the roommate had also locked himself inside of his bedroom. He was taken into custody without further incident. The roommate was transported to the St. Paul Police Department for interview. So the roommate had told the police that he has a traumatic brain injury that took away his sense of smell. He has known Jorgenson for 30 years. The roommate works Monday through Friday and has little interaction with Jorgenson or the women that Jorgenson had brought to the apartment. So LEB was also at the apartment when the police had executed the search warrant. LEB had multiple bruises, scratches on her neck that were red as well. So LEB had told investigators that Jorgenson had strangled and threatened to kill her. So LEB says that Jorgenson says something like, "The neighbors won't hear you scream." So officers that spoke to ZD, who was friends with Jorgenson. ZD says that he met the victim once or twice, but he really didn't get to know her. So when ZD had asked Jorgenson about the victim, Jorgenson had told ZD that she had been placed in a mental health facility. ZD had told the police that Jorgenson had given him the victim's EBT card and the pen to use as well. ZD had assumed that Jorgenson had permission to use the card. So the apartment manager had told officers that they had received several complaints about foul smell coming from Jorgenson and NH's apartment around May 15th or the 16th of 2023. The smell had impacted the entire building, and the manager had described the smell as like something dead or a dead animal. So on May the 18th of 2023, the manager and the maintenance employee had gained entry to the apartment to inspect it. Jorgenson was verbally hostile, and he physically denied access to the bedroom where the smell had seemed to be coming from. The manager had told Jorgenson and NH that they needed to clean the apartment within a week, and they complied. So shortly after, the manager and maintenance employee had saw Jorgenson carrying and dragging a large duffel bag out of the apartment. They commented to each other that it looks like Jorgenson was carrying a dead body. Here's my thing. There's a lot of people that are having whispers about a dead body in the same situation, and nobody thought to call the police. The only reason that this man was investigated is because a woman's family reported her missing, not because all of you guys have already had been coming through, asking him, where is this woman? He's handing y'all her EBT card. You have a blue tarp, a pink tarp that looks like it's a body under it. Maintenance and management smelling something that smells like it's deceased. He won't let y'all into the room or let y'all see what's behind the door. But nobody thought to call the police. This is crazy. So the St. Paul Police Department Forensic Service Unit had processed Jorgenson's apartment and reported that there was a large pool of blood found in the front closet, the same closet that where the reported foul odor was coming from. So the blood soaked through the carpet and the carpet pad. It appeared that there was other biological matter on the carpet as well, in addition to recent maggot activity. So there was also blood located on the same closet where Jorgenson had attempted to start the fire. So officers also recovered two padlock keys in Jorgenson's apartment after his arrest. So a review of Jorgenson's phone location had revealed that his phone had pinged in an area of an storage unit located at 88 Ware Drive in Woodbury on May 18th of 2023. Someone using NH's name had began renting a storage unit at a facility on May the 5th of 2023. The code assigned to the unit was used to access the facility on May the 18th of 2023 at the same time Jorgenson's phone had pinged in the area. So investigators had obtained a search warrant for the unit that was rented by NH. So when investigators first arrived on the scene, a strong odor consistent with decomposition flesh was noticed outside of the storage unit. The storage unit 2 padlocks was also cut by the investigators to gain access. Investigators later obtained the keys that was recovered from Jorgenson's apartment. The padlocks were damaged when gaining entry to the storage unit, but one key appeared to fit one of the padlocks. Inside of the unit was a large cooler wrapped in plastic, a blue duffel bag, and a small carry-on size suitcase. One of the bags was identified as being the same bags that Jorgenson was seen in a video removing items from the victim's apartment. So there was a green tote bag on top of a cooler that was containing cleaning supplies consistent with those that was earlier purchased at the Dollar Tree by Jorgenson. So the forensic service unit had begun to remove two coolers and a duffel bag from the unit. So the coolers in the bag had a strong odor of decomposition flesh coming from them. The coolers and the bag had contained items wrapped in plastic that were placed inside of additional bags. The contents could not be opened until they were brought to the medical examiner's office. So the coolers in the bags was examined with x-ray machines. The coolers in the bags had contained human body. A torso appeared to be in a large cooler that was pulled from the unit. The arms and the legs appeared to be in a large bag, and the head was in a smaller cooler removed from the unit. Investigators have reviewed video after the victim's apartment, and again from the victim's apartment, focusing on the bags that Jorgenson had removed from the apartment. In further review, it is believed that Jorgenson had dismembered the victim at her apartment and carried out her remains in various bags. So, a Ramsey County medical examiner's office had conducted an autopsy and recovered the remains. The first set of remains, the torso, was removed from the large cooler. The torso was then extensively wrapped in saran wrap and placed in multiple layers of bags. The next set of remains was the head, which was also wrapped in multiple layers of saran wrap and bags. The third set of remains was then removed from a duffel bag. Okay. The remains consisted of two arms, two thighs, and the remaining parts of the legs and feet that were also wrapped in large amounts of saran wrap. Great care had been taken to wrap the remains. It took an extended amount of time for the medical examiners to remove the remains from their wrappings. The medical examiners was also able to identify the remains of the victim through her tattoos and dental records. The cause of death was pending at the time of this investigation. So, in the midst of searching for one woman, guys, they end up finding the remains of two due to the fact that they found two keys. Okay, which then allowed them to find this woman. Okay, Fanta. So when he got arrested, they're looking for Manny. Manny ended up getting found. Manny's family reported her missing. They end up searching the home, finding these keys and everything, and learns that there's actually two women. He admits to it all, though. Okay, he decides that he's just going to tell the investigators, "Yes, I'm guilty. Yes, I did it." Many of the family members did state that he was known to be very much abusive. So when their family members went missing, that's the first person that they actually looked into was him. Now, while both of these women did have drug addiction issues, it possibly did delay the investigation a little bit, because you guys know how that goes. When it comes to people who have drug addiction problems, many times the family either do not contact them. In some situations, I have not heard anything much about this woman's family here, so it could be why her death was able to go hidden for much longer than Manny's. And it was because even though Manny was on drugs, she still kept in close contact with her family. And it was her case that kind of like cracked everything, cracked what this man has really been doing. If this man would have kept going, this would have been a serial killer in Indianapolis. This man would have been a serial killer if they didn't find, or Manny's family wasn't persistent in finding out where she was, because her activities wasn't the norm. One more victim away from a serial killer. And you can tell by the way that he looks that he's crazy. Okay. You can tell. And something tells me that these women, when they were alone with him, it gives serial killer for sure. He was one killer away. One body away. Because he has all, he killed them all. Okay. Strangled them. Okay. Dismember them. He wrapped them the same, put them in the same location. That's a serial killer. Okay, when it has those type of traits to it. That's a serial killer. He's a monster. Yes. So while this story didn't make it huge, this literally carries very much heinous crime of true crime. All right. This happened not too long ago, but because he went and hid and he, admitted to his wrongs and stuff like that, and he pled guilty, it made it a little bit easier for the sentencing to come a little bit easier. Okay, so Jorgenson had pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree intentional murder, and he will receive a statutory maximum of 40 years in prison. His sentence will be served concurrently, meaning that he would spend approximately 2/3 of his term, just under 27 years behind bars. His formal sentencing is scheduled for February the 28th of this year. Okay. He just now actually, closed everything out for the most part at the beginning of January. So the full sentencing will be coming out soon. Sadly, it could be more victims somewhere. And that's what's crazy. Because let me tell you something. These are the type of cases, guys, that while the suspect is in prison, more victims can be pinned on him. Like, let's say he begins to admit things. Sometimes serial killers get bodies added onto them while in jail because more evidence comes through that is able to link them. And now that he's arrested, they'll be able to link other murders to him like that. So who's to say that he ain't a serial killer? Who's to say that it ain't more? Because for this woman that said that she saw the pink blanket that looks like a body, he has to be some type of person. Because I can go lay something, right? Like let's say I go put some wood under a pink blanket. People are not going to think that I have a body over here because it's just not something that that I would be, capable of doing. But for someone to instantly think that looks like it's a dead body, like that's your first thought. That looks like it's a dead body. That means that this man has had serial killer traits for a while now. For that to be someone's first thought, y'all, in their mind, that could be a serial killer. I mean, he could have a body in there. Now, what's concerning to me is the managers. So you guys had the whole building smelling like death. Everyone's apartment through the vents is smelling like death, coming from one apartment. When you guys decide to go to the person's house or apartment, they don't let y'all in. Okay? They tell you guys to leave and they get very aggressive. Nothing made y'all think to call the police. Death is very distinct. Okay? That smell is a very distinct smell. There is no other smell that smells like it. Okay? For those that have never smelled it before, that's a smell that cannot be compared to anything else. Okay? And especially if it's going on for a long time. They said a month. Could you imagine the smell of that apartment? Not to mention, it's going through the vents of everyone else. Okay? So the whole apartment smells like death, and you guys never thought to call the authorities. I would have been on the phone with the authorities stat. First of all, would have made me be suspicious is the smell of death. The next thing that would have made me be suspicious is the fact that you won't let me in here. Like, what the world? My mother-in-law said that it looks like a body when I covered my cans and bottles for recycling. I hadn't seen it that way. Your mother-in-law thinks that you're capable of murder. Because you have to act like, why would, if it doesn't, because you have to think, you have your character said certain things about you. The real books is like, wait, so does my mother-in-law think I'm capable of killing somebody? Wait a minute. She's over there questioning her mother-in-law. Because you have to think to yourself, y'all, certain things is just not the first thought about a person unless you feel like that this person is capable of doing it, y'all. It just doesn't. Baddies under a tarp just doesn't come to your brain when you're looking at a person that you know is so lovely and kind. What do you have under there, buddy? You get that type of response. But It looked like a dead body under there. Like that's what because you gotta ask yourself, why would that be your first thought if I have something under here? Why would the first thought be that it's a body? For real, you have to really think about that. Like what makes a person think that, y'all? Like for real. Like what would make a person think that? Besides the fact that they think that you did it, like that you're capable. You're capable of murdering somebody. Okay? And the fact that this lady was looking at it from a picture and said it looks like it's a dead body under there. That says a lot. That says a lot because if he wasn't capable, their mind wouldn't even go that far. Like what's under there? What you gotta hide it under there? What's under there? Wood? Something like that, you know? What's under that top? You say, are you storing something there? So for example, if you have a neighbor and they have something there and it's a sweet little kind lady, you're not going to look over there in her yard and say, it's a body under there. Meanwhile, it's nothing but wood or, trash, or she's storing something there, or maybe it's a tent that she keeps outside or something. You never know. Like, but murder? No. Like, it was her bottles. I just covered them up. Right. But see, but it makes you, like, why would a person think that? It only way that I think a person would think that, y'all, is if they think that you are actually capable of doing that. Because murder is crazy. Not only murder, but hiding it, storing it. It's kind of insane. And that's kind of scary movie level, okay? For your brain to go that far fetched. For real. Unless, now let me give you an unless. If you like us crime chasers over here where everything is suspicious. Us crime chasers, everybody is a suspect, everybody is suspicious, and everybody have the capabilities to be a killer. That's just how our brain works because we're always in investigative mode. So we are always looking for the next case. So everything, we look at every direction. We don't care if it's 100-year-old lady and she cooks cookies for the community. In our brain, that woman could be a murderer through ways of cookies. Like that's how our brain operate. Unless you think like that, that's the only way that I would see a person would think like this. For real, because I really will look at anybody. To me, anybody can be a suspect, but I can look at him and tell that he's crazy. Now, what I'm waiting to see is if they do find out that he has more victims, because if they do, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if this man is found to have other victims that has been stored places, because for him to he got comfortable with murdering them, choking them, cutting them, storing them in the storage unit. Storage units. Do y'all not see? I've never had a storage unit before. Do they not check those things ever? There was no. Well, they said that he had it. They said that he had it. He had some lime in there. So that's probably how he stopped them from being able to smell it and things of that nature from the lime. But yeah, I think storage unit people, they don't go in there. He thought that through. I would ask a little old lady. See what I'm saying? Little old lady be so sweet and innocent. You know, she was so sweet and kind. We don't care. We don't. Us crime chasers, y'all. We don't care. We don't care. You can. We don't care. Okay. We really we have no limits to what a suspect look like. We really don't. I swear. So I definitely understand. So yeah, y'all. Okay, so that was that. Now he's gonna be sentenced in February, of course. He made it really swift. But yeah, that case is crazy. When I went over that case when it first came out, I'm like, what, you find two keys, end up finding two bodies. What you got there, ma'am? Yeah, what you got going on? What's in that bag? Just like, remember I told y'all that I had to get used to living in the mountains, and I used to always see this man come out the woods with bags, and you couldn't tell me that man wasn't killing nobody. In my mind, that man was pulling out bodies. Okay, and my husband's like, calm down. It's probably deer. He probably, these people hunt up here. I'm like, you sure? Why you keep going back there then? He said, because he keep killing deer. I said, how you know that? How you know that ain't bodies? He come out that same location with a black bag. So you mean to tell me he catch a deer at the same place every time? That's luck. Either he luck or I'm crazy. Like, because I really, man would come walking out of the woods, y'all, with a black bag, black trash bag. Black trash bag. And when I first saw him, I slowed down the first time. I'm like, what's going on? Because it was new to me. You know, I'm from the city. I'm from the city. If a person come out the woods with a trash bag, that's a body. I don't care what you talking about. Okay. I'm from Washington, D.C. If I see you come out the woods with a plastic bag, okay, that's a body. There is no way around that. So for me to see it up here, hey evangelist, for me to see it up here, that's definitely a body. But it's deer though. So yeah, it's definitely deer. All right, y'all. So we gotta get ready to we're gonna spin this wheel again. Let me check the messages to see if I can check it over here to see if the winner from yesterday has responded, which I don't think that she has. So hopefully we can get us a winner today. I'm trying to get us a winner. I want to give away something. What the world? I want to be able to give away something. Let me check and see. Nope, I haven't received anything. Nope, nope. Nothing at all. Mr. Lawrence probably sitting there looking, well, let's spin. I can hear Mr. Lawrence saying, all right, spin them. Spin them. I can hear her saying it because she's been working hard, y'all. All right, spin it, Savvy. She ain't respond. I can hear her. Spin it. Spin it, spin it. I can hear her. Alrighty, guys. Let's try to spin this thing again to see what we get. Okay. I'm gonna make it big for us to be able to see. I'm gonna put it down. Well, no, I can't do it that way. How did I have it yesterday? There we go. And then I'm going to let me adjust it. See all these names that was in there, y'all. 189 names is in this thing. Go evangelist. All right, so let's make it bigger. Hold on, how do I move that? And move this and make it full size. Are you guys able to see it? Let me see. Yeah, you guys are able to see it. Alrighty, let's spin this thing. Hope we get a winner today. Hope we get a winner. Let's get a winner. I'm spinning things for days. Nail star 03. Nail star 03. Okay, I'm gonna let that stay there. Nail star 03. If you see this video, please make sure that you do respond. I need someone to win. I don't know why this like the people that are here is not getting picked, and that is crazy to me. But at least you know that this is an honest game, okay? At least y'all know it ain't no picks. It's really, really honest because there are it will not yet. Like Neil Star 03. Please go to savageroyalty.com and click the contact emoji to be able to contact me to get your winnings, okay? If you do not contact me by tomorrow at 10:44, I am going to spin this thing again for the last and final time, okay? I'm trying to give away something. I'm trying to give away something. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make this a little bit easier. I don't know how I gotta go about this, but this is crazy. Nail Star 03. Please make sure that you go to savageroyalty.com and contact me, okay? And I will make sure that you get your earnings, which is a choice of an Amazon gift card, a Apple Pay, or a PayPal, okay? $50. This month, we are doing the exact same thing. It has to be waiting on me. Listen, at least y'all know it's honest because it's picking people that is not in here every day. Some of these people watching the replays. So yeah, some of these people are on Bigo. So it's all over, guys. Make sure that if you how many winners today? There's nobody. This is we're trying to give away something, evangelist. Okay. Let me show you guys. Hold on, let me what's the name? Look. Everybody, look. Everybody, let me put it down. Where's my little eye thing? Look, everybody is here, guys. They go Miss Dolores, Evangelist, Shantae. Everybody is here. It's just with the world, man. It's just not. And look, some people got multiple things. Miss Dolores, you see her all over the place. Evangelist all over the place. Um, yeah. So I'm trying to get a winner here. I am trying really hard to get a winner. It's just not coming through. It's literally picking people that even like it has like one winner, one entry. So even if you have multiple entries, people that have one entry still have a chance with this. And that's why I like doing it this way. I always use this spin wheel thing here because it makes it very much balanced for everybody. You everywhere. You are everywhere. You see all your names from spaces. You everywhere. YouTube. You are everywhere. You are everywhere, ma'am. Evangelist too. She's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. She's everywhere too. She's all over. That's why y'all are all over the place. So if you want to enter for this month, February, all you have to do is engage. Okay, my post on my Instagram, my Facebook, or my blog post on my website or spaces. Yeah, Robin, yes, you're there too. You saw your name. So in YouTube as well after show, okay? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, blog on the website or the blog on the website or spaces. That's all you have to do is engage, guys. Engage, 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 engage. That's it. That's all. Engaging basically means going on her post and just telling me what you think about it. That's all. That's it. Your thoughts. YouTube. Yeah, Robin is up there. Robin is up there. Donisha, you got a couple hey Nessa. I missed today's laugh because it's my 8-year anniversary. Happy anniversary. So your wedding anniversary? Guess what? You want to know fun fact? Mine's is on the 10th. Mine's is on the 10th. We got married, or we was getting ready for marriage around the same time. What was I? We were getting married around the same time. So yeah, mine's is on the 10th. We've been married a long time. Long time. I've been with this man. You know how you've been married for a person, been married to a person for so long, it's like it's just another year. But this year, I didn't ask for nothing big, y'all. I just want him to take me to Victoria's Secret. That's it. That's all. And they have a sale going on. So I'm going to take advantage of it and take advantage of that Victoria's Secret sale. And I'm going to go there. Go to Victoria's Secret and get me some new undergarments and things of that nature. Probably a couple smell goods. And yeah, that's what I'm going to. I've been married. It's just too long. Like it's at some point in marriage where it's like we're here. We're just here. Yeah, we've been running this thing for a while now, guys. For a while now. And listen, so I've been like saying, so is it almost time for a upgrade? When you have that you gotta give that upgrade conversation. So he said I'll get my upgrade at year 15. You love Victoria's Secret? They got a sale going on. They got a Valentine's Day sale. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to have him take me there. I told him last month, I said, I know what I want. I want you to take me on a Victoria's Secret shopping spree. Okay, that's it. That's all. I don't want nothing else. So we're going to go this weekend and get me some stuff from over there. But yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'll rewatch. Well, we talked about a man that killed 2 of his girlfriends, and we're wondering if he got more out here somewhere. He choked them and cut them up and put them in storage units. Um, I know. Yeah, yeah. It's just some time. All right, alrighty, guys. So I'm about to get ready to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's show is already posted. We're going to be talking about that's actually Dolores is producing tomorrow's show. So make sure that you definitely go and turn on your notifications for tomorrow's show. Okay. Thursdays, I haven't posted as of yet, but it will be posted soon. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching True Crime with Savage.